Hey guys, welcome back to the Final Whistle. Here with some sit starts for the week. Get you guys set for Sunday. You got Dom, Mike here. How you guys doing tonight? All right, you want to start it off or you want me to start it off?
I like starting off with quarterbacks.
All right, well, let's start off with quarterbacks. So I got some quarterbacks we can play here. We got Breeze on a bye week this week, which I'm experiencing in a couple leagues. So I have Nick Foles going this week as a start. Nick Foles is throwing a TD in 7 out of the 10 games he's played in his career. And he also has 4 multiple TD games, which makes him a pretty solid play against the Cowboys, who are giving up. They gave up 400 yards to quarterbacks over 2 out of the last 3 quarterbacks they've played. So I really think that Foles is a solid play this week. You should be able to get a couple touchdowns out of him, probably 300 yards passing. Solid plug and play for Breeze being out this week. And for my sit, I have Sam Bradford. Just not liking him this week against that Carolina defense. They've been pretty solid. They forced multiple turnovers in 4 out of the 5 games they played this season. So I'm pretty down on him this week. I just don't like the matchup. What you got, Don?
All right, I like that, especially the Foles. I would absolutely start Foles this week. I love his matchup. I love everything about him. I debated about picking him up or not on my waiver. I already have 3 quarterbacks on my team, so I just didn't have the room for him for the longevity of the season. I didn't roll my dice on him, but for this week, he's a great bye-week replacement.
And just watch out because they could be a little sneaky with how they use Michael Vick. If on Sunday morning you wake up and you're watching things and they're saying Michael Vick is going to go and he might be the number 2 quarterback, it gets a little dicey. So just keep an eye on that. But for right now, Foles is a solid play as long as Vick is out.
Yeah, I think he just airs it out the entire time.
Yeah.
So let's go to some wide receivers. So I'm going to start Hakeem Nicks this week for the New York Giants. I know he hasn't been, the preferred start every week, but I'm liking what he's doing so far. Well, actually, the last few weeks he's had 13 catches, 212 yards. You can't argue with that. He's playing against Minnesota. They can't stop. The passing game, so you have to start Hakeem Nicks this week. I'm going to bench Larry Fitzgerald. I know he came in. He was probably a second rounder for a lot of people in drafts. Last week he had 117 yards and a touchdown off this fluky 75-yard touchdown. I'm not buying it. He's still injured. He's got the short week this week. He's playing Thursday versus Seattle, and he's going against the 2 top corners in the league. So you got to sit Larry Fitzgerald.
I can agree with that. One of my leagues I couldn't get Foles, so I'm playing Eli this week. So I like the Hakeem Nicks pick, and I think he's going to have a pretty decent game. I'm thinking Victor Cruz is going to have the big game though. I
agree with you. And actually, in our league, I have both. Fitzgerald and Hakeem Nicks, and I'm sitting Fitzgerald for Hakeem Nicks. So this is not just some BS. I'm blowing up there. This is real. I'm starting Nicks, benching Larry Fitzgerald. What do you got?
I like it, man. I like it. Let's go on the running backs. Another plug-and-play option, Joseph Randle. Not going to have a spectacular game, but he's going to be able to replace guys that may be injured or maybe are on a bye week this week. You're going to be able to get him and plug him in. Say you have a Sproles, or even if you have a DeMarco Murray, those guys are not playing this week. So guess what? You plug in Joseph Randle. He's going to see about 18 to 22 carries for the Cowboys. Like I said, not a spectacular game, but he's still available in about 75% of the leagues, or 65% of the leagues right now. So you want to go ahead and pick him up. Maybe you'll be able to use him for the next 2 or 3 weeks while Murray's still trying to recover from that injury. As far as sitting, I gotta go Trent Richardson. I'm jumping off this train right now before it derails completely. It's
Agreed.
It's sad right now. His pass blocking is horrible, so he's not able to protect Luck, which is going to make sure he's not in the game on 3rd downs. Donald Brown is just flat out running harder than Trent Richardson right now. I just can't even deal with watching him play and watching Donald Brown come in and look spectacular. It's just sad right now. So I'm completely off the Trent Richardson bandwagon. I have him in the league, and if I have no options, then I'll play him. But as of right now, I'm playing Fred Jackson over him. So there you go.
Yeah, when Donald Brown is playing better than you, there's issues.
Yeah, I can't deal with it right now.
I mean, Donald Brown is borderline flag football material.
Yeah.
So I would not be starting Trent Richardson. Let me talk about tight ends. I'm starting Zach Miller this week. They're playing against the Cardinals. In 6 games, tight ends are averaging more than 100 yards per game on them. So, I mean, that looks great for tight ends. They've given up 6 touchdowns, and don't expect him to have like 100 yards or a Jason Witten type game. He's going to have red zone type targets. I'm thinking 50 yards at touchdown in the red zone. Big time Zach Miller. I'm benching Garrett Graham. That's the Houston tight end for people who don't even know who he is. He's there because Owen Daniels is hurt. Right now, that quarterback situation is a mess. Chiefs had 10 sacks last week. So they're just going AWOL at teams right now, and they're just going to keep going, especially with, we don't know if Schaub's playing or not. Not that it makes a difference.
Yeah, I mean, I think it does make a difference as far as his value for the rest of the season. Garrett Graham's value for the rest of the season goes up if Schaub plays. This weekend, his value is not going to be very high because he's going to be staying in the chip whoever is blitzing off that end for the Chiefs. It's just going to be a tough matchup for them to get anybody out there in the flats or curling down into the middle. So it's going to be really tough for him. I look for Arian Foster to get more of the dump-offs this week. So I just don't see Garrett Graham having a big week this week. But his value for the rest of the season is going to depend on Schaub.
Yeah. I mean, they're a top 10 defense as well, the Chiefs, against the tight end. So you have to sit Graham and start Miller this week.
All right, guys, that's all we got for you. Short and sweet tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And remember to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And just remember,
There's no gray area with these picks. It's just black and there's white. See you next week.